today. I'm totally making it up as I go, creating a art journal, junk journal, collage journal. I really don't even know how I can call it, but this is gonna be a journal in the accordion book. Hi everybody, thank you for visiting my channel. It's Marquet here, Lemon Creation, and as I said, I am working today in my accordion book, which I bought I think like 2 years ago, and I was so scared to use it. And at the beginning, plan for it was to make some kind of houses in it, like, you know, kind of a scenery with houses. But then again, I got this beautiful collection of Weirdos, which I have in my shop as a DIGI downloads. I printed them out, and I really love them so much. The colors, the faces, I don't know, they are so cool to me that I decided that I would like to create a small journal with just them inside. And then I thought, okay, finally it's time to use my accordion book. I think it's gonna be a good thing to do. Finally, it's gonna go out of my drawer when it was just lying for years and waiting for the better days. And so I decided to just do that, use the book for to create some kind of a monster, I don't know, family, let's call it like that. But I usually do a lot of painting, stamping, and I decided this time to do a little bit more of collaging, just because I am not very, I think I'm not very comfortable with collaging. And that's why also I don't do junk journals. I just don't know how to put the small pieces together. And so I started now with washi tapes. Yes, some of them are really, really, really hard to open. So I was struggling a lot with this one in particular. And I decided to actually work on a few pages at the same time, saying to myself that maybe that will just change something in the way I am seeing the creative process, or I am doing, or making the pages. So there are gonna be weird videos with these weird monsters I have, and that's why I'm gonna number them. I was trying to find a small place here to stick a little bit of a tissue. It didn't work, so I decided to glue it like that. But that's gonna be these weirdos are gonna happen like that. I'm gonna make few different movies with this book until I fill it up, and they're gonna be numbered, and the pages were. I'm gonna be working on few pages at once. I think it's gonna be like that. And today I really needed to put some video. This crazy YouTube algorithm makes me actually, create the videos, but it also makes me to create, because I am so busy lately that I don't have time to create, and this is my biggest regret. So yes, the algorithm is crazy and I don't like it, but at least it keeps me, in this creative zone, and it keeps me, or it helps me to create. So I am kind of today doing very quick 2 pages, and because I want to post this video, so I am posting it the day I am actually doing it, or the evening I'm doing it, or the night, we'll see. And so I was using the things I really had very close at hand. But the plan for this journal is also to do a lot of sewing. So I need to take out my sewing machine, which is well hidden because I don't have place to just keep it on my desktop, which would be so cool. And for other pages I'm gonna do some sewing also, but today it's more about the washi tapes and a little bits of pieces of papers like this one, and gluing it everything together. The ones with dots you can see here, there are actually dots I created with the not archival, with acrylic paint and a tissue paper I had at hand, so they are homemade. I had the video when I was showing you how I did it. And I like to use them very much because they are so funky and they look kind of like a stamp almost, but you know, it's a tissue paper and it's invisible almost on the page. I glue it with the matte gel from Pebeo, but the rest of the things I am actually gluing with the Tacky glue because it's a good glue. Some pieces of washi tape, and for these 2 pages I used mostly washi tape from Aall and Create, but some of the pieces I actually also glue with the Tacky glue because like that I'm sure they will not move with time. And so I'm holding everything in place, and I will be adding, you know, small pieces here and there just to make it, you know, look kind of funky, kind of like a junk journal, which is not. I know that it's not a junk journal, but as I said to you, I don't really know how to create junk journals, and also I wouldn't have I think places to keep them because I know they are so bulky already. I have problem to keep my art journals. I have one drawer full of art journals and I don't know really what to do with them. But it's nice to have them also, to come back to some old pages. And so I add at the bottom a little bit of muslin. I think it's called kind of like a lace tissue. No, it's not lace. It's kind of like a tissue, see-through tissue. And I had this tiny thing. It looks like... well, it looks like a newspaper, but it's not a newspaper. I think it was actually served to, you know, sometimes in the restaurants they give you chips or things like that in more kind of, I don't know how, in some restaurants I think just simply they give you things like that on the piece of paper like that. And I think I actually took a piece of paper which was not greasy and, you know, it could be used. So I'm like a little bit of hoarder like that of nice things, and I thought it's gonna, or it looks so nice also on this page. And I'm tearing also bits and pieces of washi, leaving them hanging like you see here. And the reason for me tearing the washi tapes is because I feel that they look much nicer if they are actually torn, you know, if the edges are torn. But this is me. So, you know, you can go for wherever you want. And I'm using Dr. Phil Martin's, I think, watercolor. This one is very strong. I managed to, of course, put it all over my hands. But that was the closest color I had, at least I think, to the belly of this monster, which is gonna be here, which I'm gonna put here on the first page. So just a little bit of splatter, because for this book I said to myself there is gonna be not that much of paints and there is gonna be not that much of stamping, and I'm pretty sure there is gonna be not at all of stenciling, because I really want to go with the idea of collaging more and sewing more than anything else. And so I darken the edges of these monsters because I think they will look better. There is a lot of black accents in them, so you know, if you darken the edges, that will look much better. And when I was putting the glue on them, or on it, I realized that actually when I was cutting them out, you know, I cut off this, you know, these long lines, like, you know, like paint drops basically, which are on the original designs. So I decided to actually replace it with pieces of black thread. So I just flipped it upside down and I put the thread in the glue, which I applied a little bit before. And like that, you know, I don't have to actually draw them later, and that will add a little bit more of interest. I really do love sewing. I love pieces of hanging threads. And you may notice that even the journals, handmade journals I am selling in my shop, they have pieces of string falling, because I just absolutely love that. So I decided that that would be a good thing to do. And yes, it's not bad. I think it's funny like that. This one is very stubborn, this piece of thread, so I had to work with it a little bit more. And yeah, I don't know if it's that actually if it looks that well on the photos or on the video, but in the real life, the fact that, you know, there is so many hanging threads, there is so many small pieces of washi tape which are going over the page, it looks so much like so nice, you know, it's almost interactive, and I really love that. I would like to do something more interactive than that, but for now I do not have too much ideas. But even the fact, you know, that the second page, you know, the small monster I'm putting here, it could go behind this lace, not lace, I think muesli. It's so nice, and I love it so much. Once again, I was thinking to go for two of them, for this big monster and the small one, but then, you know, I am always thinking about the fact that the uneven number is much better and more pleasing to the eye, so I decided to go and create a family on the first page. So there is mom, dad, and the child. Hard to say if it's a female or a male, but who cares? And I'm taking this piece of paper frame from Mintay Papers. Mintay Papers is a Polish company who's making papers, as you can see, but I think not only. But I have that book with the frames, and I decided to go for this frame and kind of frame one of the monsters in it. Once again, making something, how would you call it, more interactive, more layers, more interests. And once again, I decided to also darken quickly the edges of the frame. I'm using for that Archival ink because it dries the quickest and is really nice. And also my Archival ink is very old, so I basically do not stamp anymore with it because the stamping image wouldn't work very well. But to darken the edges, the old inks, they are just perfect. And to make things a little bit more complicated for me, because why not, I decided to play a little bit with the frames and with these two monsters and put one behind another, you know, kind of in the middle of the frame with one feet in front of the frame, the other behind, and I didn't like it. I was thinking, this is boring, they all look the same, standing in a row. They are monsters, they cannot be boring like that. So I decided to put this one on top of the frame, and for that I kind of folded his legs a little bit. I hope you can see it, or you will see it in a few seconds. For now I just cut a little bit more the legs. So hard to cut them actually because they are so tiny. I was afraid to cut them like, you know, across, or just cut them completely off the person. So I add a little bit more of black to them, and like that, you know, the legs got a little bit fatter, if I say so. And then I decided to give him a tiny bit of like a crazy hairdo with a little bit of thread once again. Why not? Still don't know if it's a girl or a boy, but I kind of thought that it represents more a girl, maybe, but oh, well, it's open for interpretation. So here it is with the legs folded. But I think there is another better way to actually fold the paper person, so it's actually really sitting correctly on the frame. I didn't manage to do that. And as I told you, I was actually kind of in a hurry to finish this movie tonight. And so, yes, the tricky part is to put everything well together, you know, with the glue the parts where they should go. If you have many parts, you know, you have to be careful to, you know, to not glue the things where you don't want them to be stuck to the paper. And this one I managed to actually kind of add behind the frame one of the hands and make it a little bit, you know, three-dimensional, I'd say. I'm not sure. But I hope you understand what I'm trying to say here. So basically, that's it. Well, almost, with a small other touches which I'm gonna add right now, like adding a little bit of this, like I don't know how they are called, these lines, like dripping lines, I'd say. Uh, this, I think, let's call her a girl. This girl had them also, but I cannot really cut them out from the paper. So I decided to actually add them with the pen. And I am using the sentence from my book, with my newest book, with like sassy and funny sentences. I'm making it up as I go. The moment I saw this sentence, I said, that's that, because this is what this journal is gonna be all about. I'm gonna make it up as I go. Uh, this is the motto of this book. A little bit of framing, a little bit of, again, these line dripping things, and that's it. Please let me know in the comments if you actually enjoy this kind of videos, if you like the idea behind this book, and we'll see how that works at the end. I hope it's gonna be fun. I really hope it's gonna be fun. For now, these 2 pages, they were really, really, really super cool for me to make. Thank you guys so very much for watching, for subscribing, and for commenting. Your support means a world to me. I'd be very grateful if you check my shop. You can find there my new DIGI files, stamps, stencils, and a few other products. And I hope, sincerely, I'm gonna see you in my next video, and I wish you a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye bye!